What's up, guys? Welcome back to the LEGO Fortnite series, where I will be unveiling version 2 of my monorail system featuring a brand new and improved train car design. Version 1 was not reliable. It glitched out on me many times, especially when loading into the world. Eventually, the train car loaded improperly and the whole train car landed on the ground below the track. I'm hoping that by posting these videos, y'all can try out the build yourselves and offer some feedback on your experience in the comments so that I can apply this to future designs. YouTube is a great way to connect with others with similar mindsets and new perspectives, so I'm wanting to utilize this to push the limits of LEGO Fortnite and create some cool builds. I have already built the track in this video to save some time, but if you have any questions on how to build a track, even if there's not a hill available, you can reference my version 1 monorail build on my channel and it outlines that build process in depth. To start, we are going to place a dynamic foundation block directly on the track below. Next, we are going to hop off the track and get below the dynamic foundation. We will be placing a wood-thin floor number 3 block on the sides of the dynamic foundation. To place these, cover up the black and yellow caution hatch and use the right joystick to slightly bump up one stud to where part of the hatch is visible. This should be centered on the dynamic foundation widthwise. We will need to place one more wood-thin floor number 3 block on top of the ones that we just placed. This should make the floor of the train car level all the way across as seen here. Now we will be placing the guide rails. For this we are using the rustic railing number 3 block. Place these on the underside of the wood-thin number 3 blocks on both sides along the outer edge of the block. This will provide enough tolerance to keep the train car from getting bound up on the track. We are going to be placing a rustic railing number 1 block centered along the back side of the dynamic foundation. After that is placed, we will have to place a wood foundation number 2 block for reference for the side rails. Place a rustic railing number 2 block on both sides with the ends of the railing in line with the edge of the reference block. Destroy the reference block and locate wood-thin floor number 3. We will be placing 2 of these in line with the top of the back railing. This assembly serves as the bracing needed to hold the free-floating thruster block in position during use of the monorail. We will have to place 2 rustic railing number 2 blocks on both sides in line with the side rails already in place. These are temporary guides. Now, place a lumber wall post centered at the front of the dynamic foundation. Once this is in position, place a wood foundation number 1 block above the floor pieces and centered on the side of the post. Then place a wood foundation number 2 block centered on the one we just placed. Next, we can place 2 large thrusters on either side of the long thruster block. We can also go ahead and place our activation switch for these thrusters at the front of the small block placed earlier. This thruster block is now complete and we can destroy the post holding it up. Push the thruster block all the way back into the enclosure we built earlier. Once in position, we can destroy the temporary guide rails on both sides. Now we can place 2 chests on either side of the activation switch to lock the thruster block in place. All that's left is to add the front thruster system. To do this, place a rustic railing number 3 block across the front of the dynamic foundation. Then place 2 large thrusters on both sides. We will also need to place a wood foundation number 2 block behind the railing. This is to help with weight distribution. Just add an activation switch and you have a functioning train car. In order to achieve the speeds desired with a monorail, we will be placing 4 small balloons, one on each corner of the train car. This provides enough lift for the train car to reach high speeds, but not too much where it flies off the track. For my emergency stoppers at the end, I am placing 3 wood foundation number 1 blocks on top of each other off the side of the track. Then I am placing a large wheel on both sides with a slight overhang onto the track. That way the rails will hit this and bounce the whole train car back if hit. For this next part, I will be returning to the lobby and loading back into the world to show y'all that this design does load in properly. I had some issues in the past where it would work flawlessly and then the whole thing would come crashing down when returning to the world. As you can see here, this is not the case and this one loaded in properly. For this final part, I will be doing a full-length track test so that y'all can see the design makes it all the way down the track without any issues. This clip is sped up, but it is one continuous run. As you can see, we have made it to the other end of the track where my snow biome is in this world. Now for the trip back. I am stopping right here to show y'all something important. When I first started building monorails, I would encounter a vertical build limit. If this happens to you and you need your track to span a little longer, it is possible to build a new section of track spaced just one stud away from the previous one, and the train car will cross over the gap without issue and you can just keep going on. If y'all have any trouble with this part or need a more in-depth video on how to construct the second track section, just let me know and I'll make a video covering that as well. And there you have it, the new and improved monorail train car. In my other world, I did construct a fully functioning elevator, which I'm showing off here. If y'all want a more in-depth video on how to build this and incorporate it into your monorail, just let me know and I'll make one for that as well. That's about all I have for this video, so let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and I will see y'all next time. As always, thanks for watching.